here with the Tarts Plus channel. Today we're going to show you how to cook a tomahawk ribeye, step by step, fast. Let's go get it. I'm here with barbecue extraordinaire Dave Hernandez. This boy's been cooking barbecue since he's 2 years old. Let me ask you a question. Are you related to Keith Hernandez?
No.
How about Kiki Hernandez?
No.
Mario Hernandez?
Who's that?
That's his boy I went to high school with.
No.
We're going to show you how it's done, Texas style. Let's go get it.
Okay, Billy, so what we're going to do today, we have selected a prime tomahawk ribeye. We chose this for a specific reason. It is up on the front of the cut, it's more tender, beautiful marbling, a little bit better flavor. We've got olive oil. We'll come back after we clean. We're going to just lightly coat that grill. But we're going to keep it simple with our spices.
That's good. Look at that thing. Look at the size of that bone. Look at that. That's a big piece of bone right there. And that, you know, I like that bone because it reminds me of the choppers I work on. Nice big handle on it.
All right, put the meat down.
All right, there you go.
And we're going to lightly coat it with the pepper. The coarse pepper works best at this point because the meat, we've already air dried it. We've left it out to come up to room temperature. And so now at this point, we're going to add our special coriander seasoning with just a hint of sugar in it. And we're not going to use a whole lot. We've got that one side done. But what I like to do is season all the sides, even the fat. And the last thing we're going to do is add the rest of the salt. To get that fire going, we're going to use some cubes, lighter cubes. And then to control the fire, since we have this nice big open grill in here, we're going to use indirect cooking. So we're going to sear that meat. We're going to pull it off to the side. We're going to let it cook. But we're going to use this nice stainless cage to control our fire and keep these cubes together. All right, now it's time. We got our lighter cubes. We're going to put those down. All right, now we're ready to light this. Okay, I'll let you do it. Just as I said, it's very simple. Now we're going to light our fire. We're going to let the chimney do all the work. Then we'll be ready to go.
How long does it take for that thing to get going?
I would say within 15-20 minutes you should have a nice fire. I like to wait until that fire is all the way up at the top and then dump your coals into the basket we just talked about.
Well, what do you do for 20 minutes while that thing's going on?
Get yourself a beer.
So while the coals are getting all ready for the barbecue, we're going to sit under the nice mesh canopy from Tarts Plus, giving us some shade, let the wind come through. You got what do you got there? You got some wine?
California wine, got some Pinot.
The bathroom's about 20 feet to the side of the house.
Okay, fire's ready, coals are done, we're ready to go in. We're going to set it aside. I'm going to put it in a dry, safe place. These are hot. Now, what you'll notice is we put these directly in the basket because we're going to do indirect heating. All right, Billy, grill's hot. It's ready to go. Coals are done. We are now ready to sear this meat. I like to rub it, grab the rest of the spices that are on there, and we're going to put it right in. And we're going to give it a couple of minutes per side. All we want to do is just sear the meat because what we're going to do is cook indirect. We're going to move it to the other side here in just a few minutes. What we're going to do is go ahead, we're going to shut it down, seal it up, and we're going to make sure we don't completely let that fire, all the smoke, We want to control our smoke here. So we're going to damper it a little bit, and we're going to put it halfway. A lot of heat coming out of here, so be careful. Don't go touching your beard up against that. So we're going to keep it halfway.
You're going to keep the damper halfway?
Yep, because we don't want our coals to completely burn out and that fire to get too hot. All we want to do is sear the meat, then we're going to cook indirect. All right, so we're only going to let this thing sit on there 2 minutes. But if you'll take a look at this, you want to make sure you'll know it's too early. That meat is still sticking to the grill. All we want to do is wait till it separates a little bit. All right, Billy, it's time to turn the meat. We've already seared it on one side, and if I lift up just a hair, it's not sticking. We're good to go. So now we're going to take it. We're going to flip it. Careful, because that's hot. And now we're going to sear the other side.
We got the jalapeno poppers right there, kind of adding their flavor to it. Got some cream cheese, jalapenos, wrapped in bacon. Woo-wee. Then we got some short ribs over there. We got some Wagyu strip. And then we got the tomahawk sitting over there permeating, just getting ready, doing its thing, making sure it all happens. One nice, tidy, big box, just the flavor, getting ready to explode. Woohoo! Hey, that's some old school Hispanic stuff right there. You got to be from Texas, and you got to have that heritage, that rich heritage. You know how to do that. Do that again. You hear that? That's Texas style celebration right there. That's Cinco de Mayo times 10, ladies and gentlemen. Woohoo!
All right, Billy. The steak has a beautiful crust on it. It has been out there for a perfect amount of time. We're going to bring it in now that it's inside, and we're going to let that rest. Cover it in some foil. It will continue to warm itself and cook for a little while, but by the time the rest of our friends outside are ready and it's ready to serve, it'll be perfect.
Now that just keeps all the juices inside and all the heat, and it's still cooking right now?
It'll continue to warm itself for a little while. There's some residual heat. As it settles down, those juices are locking in. It'll be tasty.
Like a baby all bundled up, ready to just have a good night's sleep.
Like a baby.
When we wake up in the morning, we're going to eat it.
All right, Billy. It's time to unveil. Let's take a look at this bad boy.
Let's do it.
Cheers.
Down the hatch. I'll tell you what, that is a real prime ribeye. That's a plus factor, baby. Dave Hernandez, barbecue extraordinaire, Texas style. Woo!
That's tasty.
Woo, that's some good. Some salt there. Cut.
Not ready yet.
I like to separate it and start eating it. I like it rare.
Like sushi?
Yeah, well, see, obviously I don't do that
That's
sushi
completely
stuff.
different. You don't eat sushi?
I don't like my stuff wiggling. I like it dead when I eat it.
Why don't you like sushi?
Something wrong about it. Something, the demons inside you. You eat an animal that's alive inside you. Spirit's still alive.
What you need
An old Indian man told me that once, and I lived by that creed ever since.
What you need is some Pinot and some sushi.
Pinot again. I tell you what, you eat that sushi, you're gonna have to go Pinot. I had some of that stuff one time. It tasted a little wiggly.
Little Wiggly?
Little wiggly. I felt that.
I thought that's what you called it when you were little.
That's what it was when, but now it's a big wiggly.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Cut.